In this A to Z, the glossary, we will discover the fascinating world of image processing. So let's get started. Here first starts with aspect ratio. This is the ratio of an image width to its height. For example, a 16:9 aspect ratio means the width is 16 units and the height is 9 units. Then comes binary image. Now binary image is an image represented by only two colors, usually black and white. For example, a binary image of a handwritten digit might have the digit represented in white on a black background. Then comes contrast, which is the difference in brightness between the adjacent pixels in an image. So if you increase the contrast, it can make the image appear sharper and more defined. Then comes dilation. Now dilation is a morphological image processing technique that increases the size of objects in an image by iteratively growing the pixels of the foreground. For example, dilation can be used to make a person in a photograph appear larger. Then comes erosion. Now erosion is a morphological image processing technique that decreases the size of object in an image by iteratively shrinking the pixels of the foreground. For example, erosion can be used to remove small details from the image. Then comes filtering, which is a technique used to modify an image by applying mathematical operations to its pixel. For example, a low pass filter can be used to blur an image and reduce the noise. Then comes Gaussian blur, which is a type of filtering technique that uses a Gaussian distribution to blur the image. And this technique can be used to reduce the noise while preserving edges. Then comes histogram, which is a graph that shows the distribution of pixel values in an image. For example, a histogram can be used to identify the brightness distribution of an image and help adjust contrast. Then comes the image, which is a two-dimensional representation of visual information, typically consisting of a grid of pixels. For example, a photograph of the cityscape is an image. Then comes JPEG, which is a popular image file format that uses lossy compression to reduce file size. And this JPEG files can be smaller than any other image format, but they may lose some image quality. Then it's a kernel, which is a small matrix used in filter techniques to apply a mathematical operation to the group of pixels. For example, a Gaussian kernel can be used to apply Gaussian blur to an image. Then comes Laplacian, which is a mathematical operator used in image processing to detect edges in an image. For example, a Laplacian filter can be used to enhance the edges of object in an image. Then it's median filtering, which is a type of filtering technique that replaces a pixel with the median values of the neighboring pixel. And this technique can be used to reduce noise in an image while preserving edges. Then it's noise, which is a random variation in image that can be caused by various sources such as camera noise or compression artifacts. For example, salt and pepper noise can make an image appear speckled. Then comes object, which is a distinct identifiable part of an image such as person, a building or a car. For example, in an image of a cityscape, the buildings would be objects. Then comes perspective distortion. Now we know distortion that occurs when an image is captured at an angle, causing straight lines to appear curved. For example, a photograph of a building taken from the ground may show the vertical lines of the building as converging at the top. Then it's a quantization, which is a process of converting continuous values, be it grayscale values, into discrete values. For example, a 8-bit image has 256 possible grayscale values. So quantization would map continuous grayscale values to the nearest integer values. Then comes resampling, which is the process of changing the size or resolution of the image. For example, resizing an image to a smaller size or increasing its resolution would involve resampling. Then it's smoothing, which is a technique used to reduce noise in an image by averaging or interpolating pixel values. For example, Gaussian blurring and median filtering are smoothing techniques. Then it's transformation, which is a technique used to modify the appearance of image by changing its size, rotation or orientation. For example, rotating an image or cropping it to focus on a specific part would involve a transformation. Then it's unsharp masking, which is a technique used to enhance the sharpness of the image by selectively increasing the contrast around edges. For example, unsharp masking can be used to make a photograph appear sharper and more refined. Then it's vertex, which is a point at the intersection of edges in a three-dimensional image or three-dimensional model. For example, in a three-dimensional model of a person, the vertices might represent the corners of the eyes, the corners of the mouth, or other key points of the face. Then it's watershed, which is a morphological image processing technique that separates connected region in an image by tracing the water level from multiple sources. For example, a watershed transform can be used to segment an image into distinct regions based on their brightness values. Then it's X-ray, which is a type of image that uses radiations to produce a two-dimensional image of internal structures. And X-ray images can be used in medical diagnosis and security screening. Then comes YCBCR, which is a color space used in digital image and video processing that separates the luminance of brightness information from the chrominance of color information. For example, this color space is used in H.264 video compression standard. And finally, it comes zero crossing, which is a technique used in edge detection to identify edges by detecting the points where the pixel values across the zero threshold in a filter image. For example, a Sobel filter can be used to identify zero crossing and mark the edges in an image. So to summarize this, we can say image processing involves a variety of techniques that modify and analyze image for various applications. So from basic concepts like aspect ratio and binary images to advanced techniques like Gaussian blur and morphological operations. These techniques are used to improve image quality, extract information, and enhance visual perception. And understanding these techniques can be useful for tasks such as image enhancement, object recognition, and computer vision. Thank you.